Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm NatalieNoodles, and today we're going to look at my favorite art projects, animations, and some other things that I made over this past year. So the way we're going to do this is just go by each month and look what I made during that time. I also did this year in review thing last year, just in the form of a short, but this year I feel like doing a full video. I also haven't posted anything in a while, so here we are. I hope you enjoy, and let's get started with January. So this was for my art class. I actually took this picture of this origami capybara I made and I turned it into a colored pencil drawing. Here's a pretty bad monkey wrench drawing that I'm not really proud of anymore, but I tried. This was actually an idea I got from my friend, and basically you make cards for each of your OCs and you can trade them around with people who have some too. Moving on to February, I made my first ref sheet for the Warlord. He was kind of a new character at the time, and now he's the main antagonist of the series. During the beginning of this year, I really figured out a lot of the story, and now I have a set plan on how the entire series will go. If you're new here and have no idea what I'm talking about, basically I'm making an animated series pretty much all by myself. Right now, I'm currently working on the pilot. I have 2 little episodes out. They're not very good, but you can check them out if you want. And yeah, that's what I've been working on pretty much this entire year. So that's when I made the reference sheet for him. I also made this colored pencil drawing of a flower, a picture that I took for my art class again. And that was literally all I made in February. I didn't really do anything else. In March, I made this Dead Cells drawing. I guess I beat the game around that time. I don't remember. To go a little off topic here, I actually played Undertale for the first time and beat it. I also played Breath of the Wild, and right now I'm playing Silksong. So those are just some games that I played over the year. I also made this little Linux statue thing, and this picture of the Warlord that I later redrew. Then in April, I drew posters. I made this Hollow Knight poster. I actually printed it out, and now it's on my ceiling. I also started an official poster for my series, and I haven't printed it out yet. Hopefully I will someday, but I might actually redo it because it's kind of old now, and my style has even changed. I also made this murder drones drawing, which is now on my wall, and that's it for April. Then in May, I drew all my characters here, and this little meme thing. In preparation for Art Fight, I remade a bunch of ref sheets and made new ones for all my characters, so here they are. Here's how much the Linux and Willow ref sheets have progressed over the years as my style has changed and I got more skills, so I found that pretty interesting. Then I made this little drawing of the Troublesome 3. Hopefully that is a sticker someday, but I actually made a Murder Drone sticker that is now on my water bottle. I redrew the Warlord ref sheet again, so there he is. I also made an animation update video, and this is when I said this. So I'm hoping for the episode to come out a little bit before the end of the year. I lied, guys. I am nowhere near finishing the entire episode, and it's the end of the year. I'm so sorry I lied. I didn't realize how long it would take. It's going to come out hopefully next year. I can't really set a date now. Animation takes so much time. But when we get to December, I will talk about one thing I finished recently. Now we're into July, which was Art Fight. I pretty much did that the entire month. I drew the Warlord in a suit for some reason. I made this animation of one of my friend's characters, and I can't really show off any of the other attacks I did because I don't know if I have permission, and I can't really ask now because nobody's on Art Fight in the middle of winter. Then in August, I made these custom pins for my backpack. That's when school started, and I began to take a 3D modeling Blender class, so here's a little snowman I made. I think that was my first project. As time went on, we did some other ones. I made this stage in September. I also made this teapot. That's also when I posted my OC video, which got 6,000 views and got my channel past 1,000 subs, so thank you guys so much for that. That was really cool. So now I have a lot more people here invested in my project and helping me stay motivated, so thank you guys so much. Now we're on to October, where I actually made a lot of things. Here's a cursed drawing of Linux as Hornet. I did a lot of Blender projects for my class. Here's one with these marbles. I also started modeling the entire high school in Blender for my episode. Since it was looking like the back rooms, I did a few renders just for fun. Here's when I redid that Warlord drawing
This was my first 21 Pilots drawing, because this is around the time when I got obsessed with their music. I still am. I don't even like this drawing anymore. It's pretty bad, but I tried. And my favorite part, I made my Linux cosplay. I made a whole video on that. If you haven't seen it yet, you should. It took a lot of work and it was a lot of fun, so I did that in October. In November, I didn't really do anything. I made the glitch logo into a 3D model and animation for my class, so that was pretty fun. I also did a little bit of wood burning. I made a cross and then I tried to do the warlord, but I don't know how to feel about that one. And now it's December. I did the Sienna art trend. I drew a bunch of my favorite characters. I also made some Christmas gifts for my friends and family. And the day I'm recording this, it's one day after I just finished this animation scene. It took over a month, and I totaled up all the hours. It took over 76 hours. That took a lot of work, and I just finished it, so yay! That's what I did in December. And that wraps up most of the art I made this year. I really didn't do too much traditional art, mainly because I don't post shorts every single week like I used to, so there's not as much of that, but I also want to show off some of my photography. I don't post that on my channel or really anywhere, so I'm just going to show some of those now. And that is all for this entire year of 2025. I had a lot of fun. I'm so glad that there's a whole bunch of you now on my channel, staying tuned for all my animations and art and stuff. I really appreciate you guys. Hopefully 2026, episode 1, the pilot, maybe? I'm working hard on it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next year.